Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be changing the rear brake pads on Honda CBR650R. There is almost nothing left on the outer brake pad here. It's because the piston pushes in on this one first, so it wears out faster. So there's plenty of room here, but almost nothing left in between the disc and the pad here. The brake piston is sticking out a fair bit here, you can see it. We're going to start by loosening this pin while the caliper is still on the bike, and then undo this and this bolt so the caliper can come off. This here is an 8mm. It's really not possible to confuse the bolts. This much thinner bolt goes in this one. It's the 12mm, and the thicker, which also has a kind of tapered profile, goes in the larger one here. So removing the rear brake fluid reservoir, undo this one bolt here. It's also an 8mm. And just make sure to hold the reservoir, don't let it disappear anywhere. And that should be it. Let's take it out there. And now you're free to maneuver this where you want there. So just like this, I just put a cable tie just to hold this reservoir upright for now. We're gonna undo these two screws. So I'm just using the screwdriver that came with the toolkit. Left it slightly open on the side. That should be enough to release any air. If we now compress the piston, it'll move the fluid level upwards, and it needs to have somewhere to escape. So as you can see, just here on the side, there's a slight opening there in the side. I'm going to leave it just like that. We're ready to remove the whole caliper and pins. So here's the pin, and then we can just lift this up, wiggle it a little bit, remove. And here we have the pads, and to spray some WD-40 on this piston here. Now to showcase a bit how uneven the wear is, this is the inner pad toward the wheel. You can see it still has the center rift, and there is a bit left here. Outer pad where the piston presses against, a millimeter or so more of this pad. Just to push the piston, just use a compressing tool like this. Saves you a lot of time. A clamping tool like this. Use the brake pad so it's more even, like so. Piston is all the way compressed, and it was really easy to do it this way. As you can see, there has been dripping fluid from the cylinder here. Also why you want to open this reservoir here, because when the piston gets compressed that much, the fluid, as you can see, it was somewhere over this line. Now it's all the way above, almost overfilled. I mount this cylinder before I continue with the brake job over there. On the side of the reservoir there is the a metal part there where the bolt goes through, and then you have this plastic little pin, and this pin goes into a little slot here at the back there. So if it aligns into that little slot, then you can just leave it there, it won't move around. Take our bolt here. There's a little metal clip here, bit of grease here, so it goes right here. Just put it back there and push it in. I remove this little metal clip from it basically sits inside here, holds the pads in place. I'm going to give this a little clean as well. The long side here is the one that goes outwards, because this is the side that where the brake pad is sliding, since the piston is pressing only on one side and this side is really stationary, so that one is supposed to hold it in place, whereas it's supposed to be able to slide on this side. So the front of the pads needs to land up on this little hanger we have put here. It's not that they get stuck there or anything, but they should just line up nice. They should be supported in this way. So unfortunately this metal circlip was continuously just popping out all the time. So what I'm doing now is I mount it first, put the brake pads on top of it so that it compresses, and then I'm going to mount it all back on the disc here. The edge sitting where it should be. We can come around the back and see the opposite sides. Caliper is also, pad is also sitting on the same shelf. Okay, this was a bit unnecessary. I didn't need to put all this grease over here. You should be able to see the pads move in slowly but surely. Take home is to number one, use the correct tool from the start, and number two is to try not to remove the circlip inside the caliper. It might be easier for you to get it back in there, but for me it just kept falling out over and over, so I had to do it like I showed you, putting the circlip in and pressing both the pads against it to keep it in place, and now it's basically just this entire weight and the pads pressing together that are keeping it aligned there. Yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions.